Hello guys, Icewolf here. This is a short tutorial on how to use my advanced loot filter for stat filtering in Titan Quest 2. If you downloaded my file, you will see that it comes together with a tool called DLL injector. Inside, you don't really have to use this one. You can choose any DLL injector out there, like Xenos or Extreme Injector. The one I provided, the guided hacking injector, is a very trusted one. So if you trust this one, you can just double click the x64 version of it, and then it requires you to drag and drop my Lootfilter DLL on this little icon here, and it requires you to pick the process you want to inject the DLL into. So for that, we click on Process Identification over here and select Process and type TQ, and we want to inject the DLL into the Win64 shipping exe, which is the running game, and just hit Inject. And then we directly see the loot filter menu over here. So I don't know you, so let's assume you have no idea what a loot filter does. Let's add a stat group first. And what you have to understand is there are different logic modes for loot filters, like OR and AND. OR means that if you add different filters to this group, only one of them has to be positive in order to show the item, and if you choose AND, it means that all of the different stat filters you add have to be positive in order to show the item on the screen. So for a quick example, we have the shoulders over here, which got 14% on cold resistance, 18 on poison resistance, and 10 on health. And if we want to add a group for, let's say, we call this resist, and we leave it on OR, and you can click on the stat selection to have a look on every possible stat you can filter for. But let's say we want to filter for cold, and we click on the percentage cold resistance, and this item I was looking for, let's say, got 14. We remember the shoulders got 14, 18 on poison. So let's say we add also a poison resistance filter, but this one is above the one of what my shoulders got right now. And we can also apply group to certain rarities here, but for now we leave it as it is and save the group. And if I drop my shoulders, then because the logic is set on OR, the shoulders will show, because the cold resistance is in the range of what I'm looking for, but the poison resistance is not. But because we are using OR, it's just looking for every filter for itself. And if one of them is positive, the whole group will be set to positive. So for example, if I added this one to an AND, so let's say we want the cold resistance above 14 and the poison resistance above 33, and save this group, my item wouldn't show on the screen anymore. So for demonstration purposes, let's revert this one and set it to OR. And we remember we also got 210 health on this item. So we create another group and call this, I don't know, let's call this directly health. And let's create a health group for that. and we're looking for attributes and base value where health is where health takes place. And I don't know. We just assume that we want to show this one. So let's set it to 10. We add this to the group, and we save this group. And right now it works like this: that if you have multiple groups and one of them is positive and is showing the item, it overrides all other groups. That means that the first one, the resist one, is also positive right now because we are showing the cold value but not the poison value. And the second one is also positive because it's below. We are looking for a health greater than 10, and we got 210 on that one. So both are positive right now. But if we change the first group to an AND, for example, the poison resistance would be negative, but because we are running the second filter also, the item still shows. So if I remove the filter for the second group, the item will be removed. So that means that you can create several different groups, but if one of them is positive, it will show the item. So it's not really possible right now to create item groups specific for certain slots. So I leave this one to Grimlore to create stat groups for items like shoulders or helms or gloves or weapons themselves, so that you can search for certain filter groups like weapons, for example, with certain amount of filters. So in this situation, you're just able to add certain groups and filters, and yeah, they basically work for several items you want to add. So this is another short demonstration purposes. We have a epic sphere over here with 58 energy barrier, and if we want to create a filter for that one, we click on Add Start Group. We call this one epic, for example, and we type in here we are looking for a barrier, and we see we have an energy barrier and free barrier. We select the energy barrier and we select the 50 for now, and down below we can also select the rarities for this filter, and we select the epic. So we add this to the group and save, and if we drop it, we see it's still visible. We have 58 on the barrier over here, and if we click on edit, for example, and we are looking for something like 60 on the barrier, and we update the stat and we save it, this one will disappear. So yeah, it's all about editing the stats and deciding the logics if you want to create a filter group for AND or OR. For now, I'm very sure Grimlore Games will create a much better item stat filter than me, probably with the possibility to create stat filters for certain amount of equipment like helms, gloves and stuff. And yeah, loves goes out to the devs, and ich liebe euch, ich mag das Spiel total, was ihr bis jetzt erstellt habt, und macht weiter so, und ja, ich freue mich total auf das, was noch kommt.